Well, today I'm going to bring you with me as I get ready to get over the fear of moving out of a rental house. If you've been on this channel for long enough, you'll realize that I've been shooting content surrounding alternative housing, sustainable living, and affordable living. And it has come to a point where I cannot be preaching water and drinking wine. So come with me today in my initial steps where I also hope to be a homeowner. So today I'm packing my bags. Actually, not really my bags. I have these assorted plants that have been growing on my balcony. A bit of seeds. This is pumpkin seeds that we ate with my family the other week. A few collections from some of the homes that I've visited so far. And I'm just going to carry them with me on my motorcycle as I plan to go and start the journey of making this dream of being a homeowner, moving out of a rental space into a rural setup, a reality. I've also been a rider for the past 4 or 5 years, and this motorcycle is a 110cc Yamaha Cross, and it is a very special and a cherished motorcycle. We've been through thick and thin together. We've crossed very difficult terrains together, and I cannot wait to let you enjoy the sceneries with me, especially when I'll be cruising across the rural setups with this motorcycle. So I'm ready to let you have a share of her with me. But first on, I'd like to pass through this nursery where I'd like to pick a few more trees. I love trees, I love vegetation, and if you've been keen enough, you'll realize that most of the homes where I've visited, there has to be something about trees and flowers. If it's not just the house, there has to be something about the shamba or flowers and such kind. So I want to pick a few because I cannot walk empty-handed. And I've realized that there's grafted mangoes here, but they're not looking very healthy. I don't know why. The leaves are quite dry and they don't look healthy, but I'm picking them anyway. So the nice lady has also helped me to pick and carry this sisal family of plants. She calls them agave. And that is the name of the nursery. In case you're in Siaya town, that is where you should consider going to get your plants. So I'll fuel at Shell and then I'll get right on my way. Something very interesting about riding on Saturday mornings on the road is that it's usually very peaceful. And then there's this thing I've noticed. You get to see very unique vehicles. You get to see the Range Rover. I don't know if you've seen the one that has just passed by my side mirror. Yeah, you get to see very unique vehicles and it's very encouraging. So this is how you check for fuel in a motorcycle. You can check it like that. I've become a pro over time. I just behave like a border. So you check it like that. If it's enough, you get on my way. And I've told you something about riding on Saturdays morning on the road. It is usually calm, and most people I think are sleeping in or maybe watching Netflix or probably watching my videos. Yeah, maybe one of the other reasons, but generally it's usually very calm. And then this is the road that leads to the farm. Very peaceful, especially the day after it rains. Oh, it's usually a sight to behold. I soon get there, but before I unpack, I must first walk to my neighbors and say hello. This is one of the stark differences between rural and urban living, and it sticks out like a sore thumb. Here, you say hello to a neighbor. They often report to each other even the minute details of the day-to-day happenings. A cow that dies during calving, a new neighbor, maybe a visiting politician. If there's a harambe for a child who needs to complete their fourth form. I admire this kind of life so much, and I cannot wait to be part of the cycle. On the other hand, they also mind their business and work very hard. Magi koro idwa uso? Koso idwa tiyo kodgi?
Tol tiuso tol.
Nyalego ema loso tol? Koso in?
Kata naga goyo kata nang'igo tol. Magi ne gik mane watime ginene. Mane watime e skul handwork. Chon ni
Mani chako saa adi?
Mai. Achako saa achiel kae to.
Magi itong'o e dalani ka? Kara itiyoga kodgi? Yawa, gimoro amora nigi tije. Koro magi manyiwa?
Magi manyiwa lakini oberie manyiwa zaidi.
Manyiwa? Gigi kodonjo e wang' ng'ato?
Olungo lakini gimotimo to onge. Olunga lunga.
Ochal gi aloe vera?
Okech lakini.
Koro magi bomo?
Donge neno kumo maka.
Isemoyo moko?
Maka.
Shows me some of the sisal that he's been working on since morning, and to tell the truth, it is quite a lot. They've been air dried on top of the calf pen. I hope you also take note of the mushroom that are being air dried on the same roof. This is just the simple rural life that I'm talking about. Very authentic. Well, right after my good manners, it's now time to get back to work. Of course, I have my few tools that I usually store at my neighbors, so you understand why I also had to pass by and say hello. Yeah, this is the hut that I'm going to renovate very gradually, if God so wills, so that eventually I get to relocate to this space. If you've been keen on this channel, you'll notice that this house has been featured on this channel before. Initially, it was just a mud house. Then we tried to cover it up with cow dung, and if you check my previous videos, you'll be able to see how this house was made. So you see, I'm not just preaching water, I'm preaching water and trying to drink it too. So this is a form of a sustainable or alternative housing. It is very cheap to construct, very affordable, because nothing much has been used except mud, water, some reeds that we got from the riverside, and of course what we had to buy here was a bit of the timber and now the iron sheet roofing.
Pedro tranquilo, vamos a ver si ya fui a no. Ay, no que me la metí menos. Y que más que ya lo pude, no. Ya lo metí.
I also dig a similar hole on the left side of the house because I have learned from the many trips that I've made to some of your homes that in landscaping you have to observe symmetry. So whatever you do on the left has to be replicated on the right, and that is the reason why you notice that I bought most of the plants in pairs, except for the ones that I had from my balcony. So this agave plant is going to be on either side of the house, and this is what I'm going to replicate for most of the plants that I have with me today. So thanks to the landscapers that I've visited in the past, people like Joel, people like Rono from Bomet, people like Hilary Rugut from Nandi Hills. It is a great, great honor that I am now able to do a bit of landscaping on my own, courtesy of the knowledge that I've gathered from visiting these very relatable and important people in my journey of becoming a homeowner. Well, aside from just flowers, of course, sustainable living entails the fact that you must be productive in terms of what you're going to eat. So, this is part of the plan. I want to have a garden where I plant bananas, pawpaws. I also want to plant oranges and mangoes. I don't know if they'll do well in this soil, but I'm hopeful. So for a start, these are a few suckers of bananas that I've been able to get from some of the homes that I've visited. There's this one very sharp and dependable fundi called, what's his name? Josephat. Josephat is someone who does interior finishes in houses, and is also able to do this in alternative forms of housing. So I came across Josephat when I first went to Bomet to shoot a house that had been made out of I think wood. It is a wooden house that is also one of the very beautiful houses that are featured on this channel. And Josephat is a very gifted interior designer who works with gypsum boards. So in case you need such kind of services, you'll be sure to get his contacts in the description box of this video. So he was kind enough and gave me, imagine, 6 suckers of bananas, all different types. There's one he mentioned that is from Uganda. Then there's 2 types that are the edible ones, the ones you just let them ripen and then you eat them like that. Then there's 2 others that are meant to be cooked before you eat them. So in total I have 6 suckers of bananas, which I'm really hopeful that they're going to do well. I'm not very sure about the soil, because if you know, Bomet is an extremely cool and rainy area with fertile soils because it's in the highlands. I don't know, I'm yet to see how these bananas will do here. But at the same time, I'm also planting some mangoes. So these are the mango seedlings, grafted versions that I got from the nursery earlier. So I'm going to plant them here. It is a slow journey that is just starting, and I'm very hopeful that it turns out good. So wish me luck. The sun is hot. It is a fairly hot afternoon, and I've been working since morning, so I'm feeling hungry. There is a guava tree in this land, and sometimes it gives a lot of fruits. Like now, it is the guava season, and there is this fever about guava seeds and the guava fruits and the leaves being helpful. I don't know, in weight loss or what. There's this craze that is currently ongoing about the guava plant. So in case of anything, just holler. I can send you the guava plants and the guava leaves for some fee. So I want to sit and eat a bit of this so that I can re-energize myself as I relax a bit, because the sun is it's a bit too hot. And then voila. Before you realize, I mentioned very early on in this video that it is very honorable and a good thing to have a good relationship with your neighbor. So even as I look forward to moving to this countryside, imagine my neighbor just made ugali out of corn flour. This is a staple food in Kenya. And he sent over the caretaker with lunch. So my lunch is sorted. I'm not just eating the guavas, I'm also going to enjoy a very organic meal. So this is ugali made out of corn. It is the yellow corn. Then this is vegetables that we locally call osuga, and it has milk added onto it. And then the third bowl that you see has mushroom. So you remember the mushroom that we saw on that was being dried earlier at my neighbor's. Imagine it has been converted to lunch just like that. And I'm happy and privileged to be part of this organic meal that has been served very freshly, deep in the village. So welcome. You'll have to eat with your eyes. And I've tried sitting on this stone and it's just not working. So being that I'm in the village, I'll not stress myself. I just want to sit, relax, stretch my legs and enjoy this very organic lunch that has been served by my neighbor. So take note. Please treat your neighbors well. You never know when they'll come to your rescue. And with that, I thank you for watching this edition up to this point. This is the first one of its kind, and please keep it here so that you can get more about my plans to relocate to the rural village, if you like, the rural setup. And in the spirit of sustainable living, in the spirit of alternative housing and affordable housing, I'll be showcasing each and every step that I undertake in this new series of rebuilding and restructuring a home in preparation for relocation. Expect a lot of DIYs, and until the next edition, it is bye for now.